Think about the moment you finally finish a difficult project or take a truly great photograph. There is that immediate, quiet hit of personal satisfaction. You know you did a good job. But that feeling of pride rarely lands fully until a friend looks at it and says, "Wow, that's amazing." You got the job, and it felt good. But it felt great the second someone else reacted to it. It raises an uncomfortable question. Why does our own opinion of ourselves so often feel incomplete until someone else signs off on it? We are quick to write this off as a personal flaw, calling it vanity, insecurity, or a symptom of modern smartphone addiction. We often treat self-esteem as a purely independent trait, but research into human behavior suggests it functions less like a fixed internal state and more like a gauge reacting to the world around us. In the late 1990s, psychologist Mark Leary developed a concept called sociometer theory, which offered a new lens for understanding human confidence. We tend to imagine self-esteem as some kind of fixed inner trait. You either have a lot of it or you don't. Leary proposed that self-esteem is actually an involuntary, continuously running background gauge. This gauge monitors one specific metric: how included, valued, and accepted you are by the people around you. When that needle reads high, you feel confident and worthy. When it reads low, even subtly, the brain triggers feelings of anxiety and unworthiness before you can even consciously explain why. Under this theory, feeling good isn't the primary goal. The brain is actually using your emotions to monitor your social standing and ensure you remain connected to the group. To see why we are wired this way, we have to look thousands of years before modern society, to the environment that shaped our biology. For most of human history, social rejection or exclusion from the tribe was a literal death sentence. Without a group, you faced starvation, predators, and exposure with no protection. Evolutionary pressure turned social approval into an early warning system, one that treats a loss of social status with the exact same urgency as a physical threat to survival. Social inclusion signals the inverse, that you are protected and safe. Modern social validation directly activates the brain's ancient reward system, releasing dopamine, the same neurotransmitter that drives us toward other basic survival needs. The happiness we feel from a job promotion or a social media like is actually an ancient survival circuit confirming that an authority figure has decided we are valuable enough to keep safe. This system was perfectly evolved for the ancient world, but it creates a specific kind of emotional instability in the modern day. Outsourcing our internal gauge to external events and other people's opinions creates contingent self-worth. External validation spikes the gauge temporarily, but cannot permanently recalibrate it. This creates a cycle. We get a brief hit of praise, then the gauge quietly drifts back down. Contrast this with intrinsic self-worth, value built on internal foundations like personal growth, effort, and integrity. Shifting this balance makes your emotional stability resilient. External validation becomes a pleasant bonus rather than the entire foundation of your identity. Caring what people think is the biological glue that allowed humans to build cooperative societies and survive as a social species. The next time you feel a burst of happiness from a compliment, you don't have to feel ashamed. It is simply your ancient survival instinct doing its job, quietly confirming that you belong.